Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different for me. It's out of my comfort range. I haven't done much of it, but we're going to attempt it today. And if you can tell from our happy little piece of paper, our instruction manual here, picked up a little welder. I haven't been driving the GSX for the last week or two because ever since I did this turbo install, I noticed a giant tear along my flex pipe and my exhaust downpipe there. And it's been causing this vehicle to sound horrible. There's fumes coming into the cabin. You can smell gas so terribly in the driver's seat. At first I thought it was just a rich mixture. I thought it was running real fat, so I turned down my MAF translator, checked my AFRs, everything was alright. It wasn't that, so I get up underneath the car, and accompanied by the annoying loud sounds that I'm getting from a bad exhaust system, I ended up finding a couple of holes that I'm going to attempt to fix today. And yeah, it should be an interesting time. I haven't welded in about 12 years now, so we'll see how this goes. We're gonna have to disconnect the battery. We're gonna do a little bit of prep work, get this thing up in the air. And I've got a couple other little holes before and after the catalytic converter I'm gonna try to patch up. I've got some extra exhaust piping, and hopefully this works out. We're gonna start taking a look at some of these parts underneath the car here and see if we can fix some of these issues that we're having here. So let's get into it. Alright, first thing is first, we're going to disconnect the positive and the negative terminals from the battery. Then we're going to jack her up in the air. Alright, so we've got our car up in the air. This is actually a piece of flex section and an adapter that I'm going to use. And I have one exhaust clamp right here. Everything's kind of strewn around right now. I'll get down here and show you exactly what's going on. So, up under the car here, in the front of this flex pipe, there is bunch of different little cracks and stuff in it right there where it's leaking. There's a large hole in the back. You can see the strands of metal are frayed all up, and then right at the back at that little flange there's a hole on this side and a hole on that side. So I'm going to plan on cutting it right here just behind that crack, hopefully being able to weld the new piece to the downpipe, the flex section, and then slide it up and over that piece right here and connect it with a clamp so it'll be removable in the future. So that's what we're going to get going on. And first thing I got to do is bust out the measuring tape, make sure that I cut it correctly and have enough to replace what I'm doing, and we're going to get moving from there. Alright, so I've got my new piece of flex section right here. I need to have it 2.10 inches from the front pipe coming from the turbo. Then coming out the back it needs to be 2.8 inches. So the pipes that I've got stacked here are just about what I need. I'm going to cut it out in just a second here and cut off the old flex section. I need to have about 11 inches of new pipe. So it's about an inch too long out the top there, so I'm going to cut an inch off the top of that, weld those two pieces together, and then cut that old system out. And once the old piece is out, I can mock it up and put it together and start welding that up. So, seeing as I haven't done this in a long time, I'm going to give you guys a preview of my ass-awful welds trying to figure out this new machine. I did get some penetration, however. Alright, let's see if I can turn, you can see it. Yeah, it looks like a solid ring all the way around, for the most part. I didn't blow through anything, but we did get a whole shitload of little bumps and a bunch of slag on the sides and all sorts of crackle and popping. Obviously, first time using the machine in a long time, and it's brand new. I had to kind of find the sweet spot, which I think I might have found right here towards the end. So this is our 11-inch section of new flex pipe. We're going to crawl into the car and disconnect the bolts from the downpipe, connecting it to the turbo manifold, and we're going to cut the exhaust off right behind the old flex pipe. That was kind of a struggle right there to get that out of there. Apparently I need to get a low profile jack so I can get this car up in the air a little higher. But anyway, here is our downpipe section, and when I was underneath it you didn't see it, but it cut through like butter. I mean, you can see this is a big leak right here coming from it. There's holes on this side, right here, on the other side. This collar's rusted and rotted through. So, needless to say, that needs to get replaced. So this is what I'm going to use. Now, it's a different size flex pipe, obviously, but once I get it welded up to the downpipe, it should hopefully slip right over the pipe behind the section here, going back to the catalytic converter. So I'm going to test fit this stuff real fast, and as long as everything lines up nice, we're gonna get moving forward and start doing some cutting and welding again. Okay guys, so let's get down here and take a look at what we got. We have our rotten nasty old flex pipe section right here, which I cut off at the fattest part of the pipe, which is right there. And we also have our new section, which is right here. So what I'm gonna do next is stand that up so it doesn't roll away. I'm gonna clean this off with a wire wheel on the end of my drill. I also noticed up here this bracket split, so I'm gonna put a couple of tacks on that. I got that bracket welded back together, so that's not falling apart anymore. There's a huge crack through that. That's what we ended up with. So we're gonna take that, fit it up over the car's existing exhaust pipe going to the catalytic converter. And all I have left to do is throw one exhaust clamp on this back section here so it'll still remain its removability. We want to be able to take that thing off here come next week, I'd say, when we do our oil pan swap. So if you remember during the turbo install video, this gasket broke, fell apart, but we reused it. Today we're replacing it with a nice shiny new one, unlike the exhaust pipe that we made. So again, today this is just a first time for me welding in a long time. I needed to do this job simply because all the shops around me wanted a ridiculous amount of money to do this repair, and for less than half of the cost of the repair I would have paid them, I purchased everything I needed to weld. So that's pretty much the only reason that I'm doing this, and because there's one other little repair that I have to do on the rear subframe. Rust repair, but that'll be another day, another video. I tried purchasing an XS Power Turboback exhaust system. Came with a downpipe, the catalytic converter, 2 resonators, and a muffler. Scratched the catalytic converter part. It did not have a cat. So I'm in New York State. I would have had to cut that brand new $550 exhaust system to install a CARB compliant catalytic converter, which I just didn't want to go for. I contacted a few people about buying the full exhaust system, and they're out until the end of October. And unfortunately, my inspection's up in October. So these are the things we must do to keep our DSMs running, I guess. Okay guys, it's about to start thunderstorming out, so I'm going to quickly get this thing back up under the car, get it clamped back on, and we'll see how we land here with our little fix today. I think it's going to go just fine. I don't think there's going to be any more problems. Should at least make the exhaust about 2/3 quieter than it was, and hopefully I don't smell horrible exhaust fumes while I'm sitting driving with my window down. I was getting sick and tired of that. So alright guys, we're back on day 2 of our flex pipe section repair. Pain in the butt this has been. Got rained out yesterday, but got our new flex section welded in. our new pipe, going over our existing pipe that goes to the cat. I already patched up the catalytic converter with my handy new welder. We're just going to tighten up a couple of clamps so that we can remove the downpipe later, and that's going to be it. Let's get to it. Alright guys, I know this video is kind of all over the place, so I apologize for that one. We ended up, if you don't know, we have this big lake in the driveway, and it likes to fill up every time it rains. Yesterday we ended up getting rained out, and today it was kind of a mad scramble because there's some more weather coming our way. But regardless, we got the downpipe patched up, we got everything welded the way it needed to be welded. Obviously, like I said before, I am not a welder by any stretch of the imagination, but all the welds held, everything's sealed up. It's honestly a lot more quiet than it was before. You can hear it from right here. I can actually have a conversation and not be screaming over the vehicle. But that's it. So next we're going to be replacing the catalytic converter in this thing, and also doing our front mount intercooler install. We've also got our oil pan. Our oil pan is in the hatch of the Eclipse right now with a new gasket, and we have to replace ours here because it's got a little bit of rot around the edges of it, and it's leaking very, very slowly, but I'm tired of seeing spots in the driveway. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. So if you liked the video, make sure to drop a thumbs up down below. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more today's project guide episodes and modifications to this old girl. And yeah, until next time, we will see you at today's project guide. Take it easy, guys.